Okay, so remember last time when I was all like, I'm gonna grind to level 40 off camera and get back to you and then we'll do the final boss and everything. That was a really cool idea at the time, but I did literally one fight and I got an egg from it. And getting the egg from it reminded me that I hadn't checked the abilities on my recent monster acquisitions. Turns out, that's the wrong button. Turns out, oh, there we go. There we go. Now to not press any more buttons, we can materialize invisible platforms, which means we are still going to reach level 40 before we attempt the final boss again, or who I assume is the final boss again. But with this, we can quite possibly do the grinding in a slightly more interesting way. So that's why we're back on camera again. And I just really quickly want to hatch the Sutsune egg. One of these fellas. Very cool. I'm going to call it Vulpix. I can't remember if I've used that name yet. I hope I haven't. If I have, then I'm sorry to whoever was the previous Vulpix, but this is the new one. And now let's really quickly check what that does. Also materializes invisible platforms. Cool, we've got 2 for the price of 1 on the whole materializing invisible platforms front. So, the question becomes, where do we need to be for such things? I can't remember what that was right up at the top. The other bits we missed along this tower have been things that we literally cannot do even with materializing invisible platforms, but there were definitely places where such an ability would be useful. That might be one in the workshop, I can't actually remember. There was definitely one in the Sun Palace. I think that might be one, possibly. At the top of the under crypt world, and I think there's one in the Magma area as well. That might be it. I don't think there were a bunch of them, but we're gonna go try and track them down now. That's the plan. If we run into any fights on the way, we might do them. Oh, I don't have a spooky scary skeleton. We're gonna try and win a spooky scary skeleton from this combat. We're doing pretty well on the collection. I did actually have a quick flick through the Pokédex, and there are a bunch of monsters I've not even seen yet. Which is very interesting to me, and implies that perhaps this isn't the final area of the game, or possibly there's just a bunch of monsters that are only available in post-game. Either way, very interesting and relevant information. I'd also like to point out, in a sort of slightly more meta point of view, that this is episode 35, I think? 36, possibly? Well, those skeletons don't mess around, do they? Yeah. Which puts me very close to this being my longest Let's Play I've ever done. Previously, the record holder was, I believe, Lapicel Tactics, which went 37 episodes, and I don't know, depending on how much more we've got to do, depending on whether Marduk does actually end up being the final boss or not, we could very easily have a new longest right here. I don't know why that's not as interesting to me as it is, but, you know, you have to find your cool facts in places, right? Sometimes I like a cool fact, that's all I'm saying. It's proving very difficult to kill these. I mean, they admittedly aren't doing a great deal to me either, now that my squishy boy's gone. But I don't have a lot of damage against them. I really don't. It's a good thing I've never come up against 2 skeletons and a whatever they're called, fox lady, in an actual battle before, because I'm not sure I could win such a thing. Imagine fighting these three and then they have backup as well. Dangerous. I think it's really just the skeletons, to be honest. Like, I think if they swap the fox lady for like a decent healer or something that spams buffs or something, it would be a lot more dangerous. I'm not sure if there's even much point me finishing this fight, because I'm definitely not going to get the egg now that I've lost a dude. I guess it's experience though, isn't it? Always nice to have some experience. And indeed some experiences. It's weird that somewhere along the line we just accepted the word experience to be a commodity, a resource in video games, just like a standard. I don't know, it's weird. It's like mana / MP. You know, we also accepted them, and prior to, I don't know, whichever game, Ultima or something, probably used them first. But prior to that, back in the 80s and the early RPGs, like, there was no sort of set standard for these things, right? Someone out there coined the term experience for the amount of, you know, it's hard to explain without saying the word experience, right? For the amount of points you need to improve your character. Someone out there came up with that term, and we've all just been using it ever since. And I don't know, it's just a weird thing to think about, right? I guess it's the same with language in general, the evolution of language. But video game terminology in particular does kind of interest me as a video game boy, you know. I do find it kind of fascinating. Because obviously the term mana was obviously a weird, like, folksy, mythical substance. I think it was like a liquid, right, in whatever text it originates from. But experience was just a word, right? You have experiences. You have experience in your field, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's also crazy to me that we just got that. We didn't deserve that after that performance, but fucking hell, I will take it. Thank you very much. It's a light shifted one at that. It's a spooky green skeleton. Is there a skeleton Pokemon? I feel like there should be, right? Oh, I guess the closest thing would be Duskull, right? In that it has like a skull. Cool. What's that thing's ability then? Burns vines and control. Okay, we still don't have any way of weighing down big switches. Big switches. Or the other thing, going through little holes. Or preventing myself from sneezing in the middle of a recording. Oh, I hope that doesn't mean I'm getting a cold. It is fucking vile weather at the moment here in the land of yours truly. It's negative degrees temperature. It's actually snowing right now for the first time in, you know, since last winter. Is there any point fighting these? They're 35, they're probably still experience. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's snowing. We had some, like, literal hurricane winds. We had a proper storm, which doesn't happen much over here. I know they're pretty common places, like hurricanes and shit, over in, like, America and other parts of the world. But yeah, they're relatively rare here, and yeah, I'm just not used to that at all. I barely slept last night. It was just crazy, like being awake, listening to the wind and the rain going fucking nuts outside. Ended up with someone's roof, not literally the entire roof, obviously, but parts of someone's roof in my yard. Like corrugated plastic that's like an underlay under the tiles was just in my yard. I thought for a second my roof was fucked, but it had blown in from someone else's. But it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. But sometimes we forget that nature is genuinely terrifying. I certainly do, anyway. Mostly because I never leave the house, so I don't get to see much of it. And I witness it in its full glory, and I have a little terrified moment. The teleport point is right there, and I want to use it. I want to leave. I want to go about my business, but unfortunately, we got saddled with this encounter. Should probably whip my spooky ghost out so I can start avoiding encounters after this one. There's not a great deal to be gained from these lower level fights. I mean, these ones are only a few levels lower than me, but I'm about to head off to some considerably lower areas where I'll get literally nothing. Although to be fair, the Sun Palace does have Tanukis, and that's still one of the monsters I'm missing from my decks. So it might be worth running into the encounters at least, and then just running from them if I don't get a Tanuki. I actually can't remember if you can tell whether it's a Tanuki or not on the like monster select screen, or if you have to actually start the fight before it transforms. Can't remember exactly how they work. As I say, there is a bit further up in here that might have been invisible platforms, but I can't say that for certain. Wish I could remember what those magma caves unexplored areas were, considering I've double checked them about 6 times. I know the one in there is a little tunnel, so that's definitely a no-go. I think I've fully explored this area now. Almost. Let's go to the Sun Palace. Skip these boys pretty easy. Yeah, there was definitely invisible. I feel like there was some in the ice area as well, but then my map says I fully explored the ice area, and who am I to question my map? My map knows more than I do. It's annoying because I feel like I was constantly running into them and getting sad about constantly running into them. Can I not get up there without a flying monster? Guess I can't. Right. Let's get the furry out. Okay. Alright. Hooray! I can sense a very powerful presence in this room. It's a champion monster, but it's even stronger than regular champion monsters. Be prepared! Alright, fucking Scar. Oh, look at that guy! Oh, I love him. I love him. He's a little Shop of Horrors monster. It's level 40. It's weak to fire, which is nice. We'll just go with the usual A team. Set up in the usual way and see what he's up to. I'm imagining a lot of poison. This guy has big poisonous vibes, right? Not just me, he's feeling that. Kind of. Yeah, I think I'm just going to forge this turn. Just to sort of feel out what this guy's capable of. Okay, he shields. And the shield... Okay, interesting. So he has a shield that also removes his debuffs. That's very powerful. That's very powerful. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know some of my monsters can do similar shit, so... Fair's fair and all. We've not seen any evidence that he can actually heal himself though, and we can get through that shield every turn. It's a shame that we literally can't keep debuffs up on him. But what he's done so far hasn't proven to be super threatening. I say hesitantly. Okay. Would be nice to at least get through the shield every turn. did get 3 stacks of poison up there, so he won't be able to remove all of them because he only removes 3 buffs a turn. Or 4 buffs a turn, apparently. I stand corrected. Maybe it's a random amount of buffs a turn. Wasn't expecting that to do so much damage to Bulbasaur, I'm not going to lie. I think maybe I've been underestimating this guy. I hope he attacks preferably Guyball this turn. I think Guyball's the one who would take it the best out of all of them. Poison, poison, burn, good. That's good, that's good. And the Solar Burst, which shouldn't kill anyone. Okay. We're gonna be in a very rough position very soon. That was some nasty misses. Could do with getting rid of its buffs, really. So we should kill it in like 3 turns, but I'm not certain I'll still be alive in 3 turns. That might be it for Guyball, in fact. Yeah, fuck. Shit, okay. Here's the plan. Not super keen on doing this, but I need to get a Resurrect up. Hoping he attacks Execute this turn. Attacks but doesn't kills. Doesn't kill. Doesn't kill. Doesn't kill. Good, 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 good. Not that I'm in a particularly good position even now, but at least I'm back to three dudes being up and about. Probably should have shielded there, but I'm not sure it would have made much difference. Pretty certain Execute goes down either way, in which case I lose, right? Also, almost certainly Woobat as well. Damn, this guy doesn't play around, eh? It's just because he removes all of his buffs all of his debuffs every turn. That's the problem I'm having here. If I had Poison and Burn taken to the full effect every turn, I wouldn't have much of a struggle there, I don't think. Here's what I'm thinking. Give it another shot. But we do that instead. We bring the stronger healer, who can also remove buffs. It means we don't get as many buffs ourselves. But I think it's honestly the better option. Do I just cleanse and flame him on this turn? No, I should probably get some shield up, right? Put it on the squishy boy. Good thing about this not being a monster duel, a keeper duel, sorry, is that I can go all out on the first turn. There's a decent amount of damage. Definitely worth going all out on that first turn so I can make a decent chunk off him. Don't get that opportunity again afterwards because he's constantly shielding. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Should be fairly okay after a healing wave. Maybe not as fairly okay as I thought. As long as Guyball isn't targeted, he should survive this turn. To be fair, the other two are very fragile, so if they're targeted, they might not survive either. Ooh, this is a rough one. I feel like this is sort of post-game content, right? I feel like maybe we're overreaching here. But also, like, it doesn't seem harder than Marduk and his stupid fucking dragons. Well, that was uncalled for. Shit, both of them, huh? Okay, alright. Need to keep up the pressure. As soon as he's allowed to start building that shield past like 1 turn's worth, I've lost. But I mean, I've lost anyway, right? Revive's great and all, but when you're on this much of a back foot, it doesn't really help much, honestly. That's probably going to be all 3 of them dead. And then ticks. Oh no, both holding in. Both holding in. Not for long, for sure. For sure, not for long. But they are holding in for now. Hooray! Whichever ability he has that's giving him buffs. I'm trying to work out which one it is. I'm trying to work out where he's getting the buffs from. Because I need to stop that happening. Okay, right, what we'll do is accept that this is a very difficult fight that we maybe aren't ready for and go see what else is available to us now. Not this way. Oh, nearly ran into a fight there. Fight that I wasn't particularly interested in having. Good jump, Joe. Excellently done. Ooh. Thread the needle there. Oh, fuck. You didn't see that. Okay, so that's the Sun Palace fully explored. We've got the Frosty Mountains. The green area's done, the blue area's done, aside from that one big thing that we can't move. Was there something down here? I still need one of those cyborg fellas as well. I'm not sure, did I ever get one of these pigs? I wish it told me. It's one thing Pokemon does that's really cool is it shows like a little Pokeball icon on Pokemon you've already caught. I don't need to tell you that. If you're watching this, you know what Pokemon is and what it does. This doesn't do that, so it's a little bit unclear as to how well you're doing at the whole catching them all thing. I'm very disappointed in myself. There's a cyborg. Yeah, we'll fight these. A little bit over-leveled for this now, but it'll be nice to have a comfortable victory for once in this game. After struggling for so long. Being able to show up and kick some ass is gonna be quite satisfying, I think. Didn't even kill anything turn 1. Now they're healing. Am I gonna get my ass kicked by these guys? They do have level 5 spells, to be fair. They're more dangerous than I gave them credit for. probably capable of two-shotting Woobat with a good roll. I really can't remember if I got one of these pigs or not. I don't remember getting one. I definitely didn't get a cyborg. This is meant to be a quick victory. Stop making me take time over things. I just want to kick proverbial arse and take proverbial names if it's all the same to you. Thank you. Mockus. Mockus egg. I'm assuming... Let's crack open the monster journal real quick before we hatch that, because I might want to donate it. It's going to be around here-ish. Here-ish, apparently. Right, the pig is a Mockus and we don't have one yet, so that's cool. Hooray! I'm going to call it... Tepig. Tepig. Like tepid. Seems like a weird name for a Pokemon, really, Tepig. This is a fire type, but it's tepid, which is, you know, typically means not very hot. He does big tackles. He's actually got a really good magic stat, which is surprising. Interesting, he's like a mixed sweeper sort of fella. That blinds all enemies, that's very cool. Oh, I kind of want to use this suddenly. It's too late to be fucking around with my team now, though. Unless we literally can't win. Okay, this was a big button press. I wish it sort of indicated what obstacles were blocking your path once you'd got to the point in the game where you knew what they were, sort of thing. You know what I mean? I guess the map will get a bit clustered then, but okay, and that's a tiny hole for tiny boys. Is that everything here then? I think so. Where the fuck were all these spooky steps? There must have been some in the Magma area, right? And I think maybe the workshop was the other one, because I feel like I saw some recently. I thought they were in the tower, but looking at what I've not done in the tower so far, unless it's that one right up at the top. We'll get back to that though. Let's do a quick tour de Magma. I'm certain I won't be able to go through most of these yet, but there might be one. Yeah, there was one like there was like stepping stones over a lava pool, right? Of invisible platforms. I'm assuming all that's going to be on the other side of it is another very hard champion monster, but it might be one we can have a slightly easier time with than the one that just destroyed us. Hopefully. I want to say it's this one over to the left. We might as well check this one we're near first though. Right? Pretty certain this is going to be a big heavy switch. Pretty certain. Oh no, it's one of those giant blocks. Which is another thing we still don't know how to get past. I'm assuming it's like, I think they're just things that move with levers, so it means you have to come at them from a different angle, usually. Like a one-way door sort of deal. I don't really understand too well though, exactly how we get to some of these one-way doors. Yeah, this is the way we want to go. Fuck off. I platform good. I platform real good. Been playing a game that I kind of regret not playing on the channel, honestly. A little game called 2D and Top... It's either 2D and Top D or Top D and 2D. I can't remember which way around it is. It sounds like a kid's TV show, but it is very cool. It's a very cool little game that has sort of flown under most people's radars, I think. It's like one part... How's the best way to explain? This is really annoying me. Let me get past. You know what? I'm just gonna. Yeah, as I was saying, it's basically you control a top-down character, like in a sort of classic Zelda sort of perspective, and a side-scrolling 2D platformer in the same level, and you can sort of switch between them. So like essentially the top-down guy is walking on the wall, on the back wall, if you like, of the 2D environment. And the 2D guy has like block pushing puzzles to do, and then you have to sort of platform around that with the other one, and you sort of switch back and forth at the press of a button. It's a very cool concept, very novel gameplay, big fan of it. Honestly in the running for Game of the Year for me, because it's just really really ingenious how a lot of the puzzles work and stuff. Oh, this is literally just some chests, huh? Reward box level 4, we'll not say no to that. We'll not say no to that at all. What is it? Shift stone. Bleh. Morningstar level 5. Who wants a Morningstar level 5? Assess this is probably slightly better for you. And for you. It's a 70 defense, probably gonna need the 70 defense, aren't I? I can't rely on crits in this game. Yeah, okay. That was worth finding. I'll get back now. That's where the real fun begins. Hooray! Okay, well that was kind of, I don't want to say disappointing, but I was hoping for something that I could perhaps gain a little bit of experience from doing, you know. So, quick casting of the eye over the map. That's the slime place at the bottom of the magma caves there. As I say, that's a tunnel. What was that in the middle of the dungeon? Oh, I think that was a one-way path, right? That I could never work out how to get to the other side of. I probably missed something there ages ago. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Over here, that's a little hole for little people. Yeah, so it's really just the workshop, the place at the top of the workshop, and the place at the top of the tower that I need to double check then. That shouldn't take too long. I'm almost certain the one at the top of the workshop isn't what I'm looking for right now. I think the other one I found must have been right at the top of the tower just before Marduk. I think. Very, very limited use on this ability if that's the case. There's only 3 places in the game where you can use it. It's pretty crazy, all things considered. But yeah, I will... I press my go invisible button. Fuck you, game. These things are beneath me. They will not grant me enough experience to be worth the time investment. I might fight some monsters in the workshop. I feel like I caught everything in the workshop, right? I did catch them all, so I'm best off at this point really just grinding in the tower. Since I can kill the things in the tower pretty reliably. Pretty quickly, generally. So yeah, I'll just whiz through here. Just stealth my way through, unless there is a monster I have missed and forgotten that I've missed. We gotta get those abilities, man. We gotta get them. Just out of curiosity, I've not checked what the pig does, right? Oh, it's a ride. It's a ride monster. They're fun. Not useful, particularly at this point in the game, but they're fun. Every time I get my bird out, I immediately succeed the jump without needing the bird. Every time, without fail. It's just what I do. I'm not fighting your mimics. I'm not falling for that. Can't believe you'd think I would. Can't believe you think so little of me. I will spam jump in all of your corridors though, so that my character smacks her head repeatedly into a ceiling. Because it's the little things that I get entertainment from, you know? There's beauty in simplicity. Especially when the simplicity is exceptionally dumb. I'm not gonna lie, I tend to like generally prefer, like, highbrow thinking man's humour. Like, if I want to watch a comedy special, that would be the sort of thing I'd put on. But when it comes to, like, day-to-day real-life scenarios or whatever, it is the stupid shit that will get me in hysterics. Like, the sort of laughter that you just cannot get under control. It will just be because someone, like, made a wacky noise. You know what I mean? I have, like, the dumbest sense of humour in the world. Oh, this was the fucking clock puzzle. Yeah, this was a thing, huh? This was a thing. Never really found a solution to this, did we? There was never an obvious one laid out before me. Clock puzzle then. How do I do that? Is there a... Yes. Look, I made navigating very, very slightly quicker. Why am I kidding? It's quite a bit quicker. I really should have been using these a lot more than I have been. Right, so I know what's in the two lower areas of the tower, so it really is just this top one. I'm going to fight these because I need the experience. After all this, it really has come back to just grinding in the tower after all, huh? Here I was thinking maybe we'd find some cool new shit to do. All we found was a champion that I can't beat. I'm not going to pretend I can. It's too powerful for me. Again, maybe once we hit level 40 and we have access to... I really am sort of hedging my bets on these level 40 skills being like super strong. Really am putting a lot of faith in that, but if it turns out that I get nothing at level 40, then I guess I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what my plan will be. I'll have to come up with something new, I guess. I mean, we definitely get something, is the thing. We definitely get access to that tier that just has 3 suspicious abilities at the end of everyone's tree. Are you poisoned or anything? No, you're not. I should probably just proper finish you then. I could have killed it with Shred. It was definitely within crit range, but I don't want to fuck about, you know. It's weird how those the furries, sometimes they seem really inept. Sometimes they'll be there and they'll just be doing nothing to my team at all. They might do a little bit of healing or something, you know, and like their attacks do like 10% of my health or something, and I'll just be like, what? Why are you even here? Just go home and go have a cry somewhere in a corner. And then every now and again they'll just pull out an attack that just like absolutely devastates my team for no reason. I guess that's just crits, right? That's just how these games work. Sometimes you get a crit and it makes a mess. But I don't know. It's a bit weird to me. Those monsters in particular seem very good at spontaneously just pulling out something you don't expect. I noticed that a little bit with Marduk as well, because obviously he's got one, doesn't he? Obviously the dragons were the bigger threat, and all the other shit he had going on. For sure they were. But there were a couple of times in that fight where the furry just did a little bit more damage than I was expecting, and it really sort of ruined things a bit for me. Oh, I was really hoping he killed that so I wouldn't have to press the X button one more time. Or the A button, in fact, because this is an Xbox controller, not a PlayStation controller, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. How was that only 2 stars? I thought I did pretty well. Level cap. We've done it. We've hit the level cap. What are we getting then? What are these? We have Force of Nature. Hits all enemies, heals all allies. That's nice. That's real nice. Heal all allies for 750 plus 120% of magic. Shh. Oh no, that's for 3 times though, right? Yeah, the healing is nowhere near as strong on that. as on Healing Wave, so I probably won't ever use that. Bubble Deluge. Magical damage, hits all enemies, applies channel to whole party, removes 1 debuff from all allies. That's nice because of the removing of debuffs thing. That's something I struggle to do with on my team. Heal all for 2 times 400 plus 40% magic plus 40% max mana, applies channel to whole party. Is that good? 400 base times 2. Yeah, that is actually going to be stronger than Healing Wave, right? Plus it gives me more channel buffs. Costs 253 mana, that costs 231. Not that much in it, really. Yeah, we'll get that. Oh, you can switch them. Oh, that's fun. I didn't read the pop-up box, but yeah, I think we'll be running with channeled heal for now, but if that doesn't work out, we can test out the others for sure. What else do we have? Ion Beam. Every hit has a 15% chance to apply a random debuff. Does 9 hits, which is going to be very good for building up a combo. 540% magical damage, which is more than my usual spells are doing. We have a considerably weaker spell in Acid Hurricane, which hits all enemies, and 75% chance to apply armor break. Probably not super useful for me. 4 times, okay, 300% hits all enemies. It does. Oh, I guess it hits for 1 of each, right? And applies 1 of the 4 buffs randomly. That one's very cool. But since we're going to be focusing a lot more on single target, I think Ion Beam is the way to go here. Yeah, we'll take Ion Beam for now. Oh, we do get 1 more regular skill point as well. I didn't realise that. Might as well spend that up. Might just get... Hang on, there's a mana node there, isn't there? Yeah, we'll get more mana for him. Woobat has maxed most things. Might just get more mana on Woobat as well, actually. What's this? Whenever an enemy takes burn, regenerate 10 mana. Yeah, that's probably better than just gaining more... How much more mana do we get? 19, yeah. Increases regeneration by 10. I feel like this might be better. Yeah, we'll get it. It's just a bit different, isn't it? Guyball, what about your super moves? We have Carnage, hits all enemies for 500 plus 150% of attack. Oh boy. Oh wait, sorry, no, that's a heal. It hits all enemies and then heals my whole party. That's just some buffs, I'm not super fussed about that. Heal all for stuff and apply regeneration. No, I think we're going with Carnage, right? Just 330% damage. Claws does 480. It's not as much damage as my single target move. But it gives me an option for dealing damage and healing at the same time, which I think is going to be very, very helpful to me. Where's your final actual point going, bud? What are we doing with this? There's just nothing you need anymore, is there? Tempted to just give you a mana point as well. I mean, that would technically... I don't know if that's outgoing healing or incoming healing is the question. I feel like either way it's probably going to be quite good for him though. Yeah, fuck it. Ghastly! My dude. Shields self for quite a lot, actually. And do 600% damage. That is a big number. Polar Winds. Hits all enemies. Chance to apply chill and heal all allies. Shield all for 3 times stuff and removes debuffs. Okay. Since he generally plays a defensive role, I think that's probably going to be the option for him. We'll also... When applying a buff, also apply a shield. Every attack does 15% increased damage when used for the first time during combat. Defense from... Yeah, we'll get him off defense from equipment, I think. seems like the best place to put the point. You are not. Right, still got 2 who aren't 40 yet. Quite like to get them to 40 before we wrap today, so we can just go straight into Marduk next time. That might mean this video runs a little bit long, but I feel like it's a good time to be getting everything in place, right? So yeah, we can just use these at any time then. I wasn't sure if they were maybe like a limit break sort of deal, but they didn't seem quite powerful enough for that, you know? Very nice to have them on hand though, for sure. Shall we try one out? It's actually not predicting that much damage, which is crazy. Let's do it. Oh, there's like a universal ultimate cooldown, I guess. So since we can't use more than one in a turn, I guess that makes sense. It'll probably be far too easy to literally one-shot dudes that way. And we couldn't have monsters one-shotting things, now could we, Marduk? That just wouldn't be fair, would it, Marduk? No, I won't do channeled heal, I'll just do healing wave so I can do an ultimate with Geibel. I'm gonna gamble on Geibel being able to kill that with his ult. We'll see though. Oh yeah, they resist physical, forgot about that. Oh well, let's do it anyway. Carnage! A fucking Mortal Kombat move. Poison got him anyway. I don't know, these ultimates, they're definitely strong moves, don't get me wrong. But they're not like so absurdly strong that I think it will massively turn the tide in my favour against Marduk. I don't know, we'll see. We'll have to see them in practice in a proper fight. I mean, it's hard to judge in these random encounters, right? There's a very different dynamic to these sorts of fights. Keeper duels, they tend to be a lot more long-winded, a lot more like if you're changing the defeat of an opponent's monster from 6 turns to 5 turns, it's going to make a big difference, is what I'm trying to say, right? Yes, this was the place. Let's just quickly, before I just don't do it, see what executes. Getting in the bag. Spore Nebula. Hits all enemies. Each hit has a 20% chance to apply weakness. That's just not even that good. Replenish. Heal all for lots. Shield all for lots. Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty dope. Tornado. Hits all enemies. Cannot be dodged. Remove 1 buff from targets. That's actually very nice. But it's got to be replenish, right? I'm just leaning harder and harder into my super turtley game plans, but I think that is how I win with this team. I think I've gone and built a very turtley team, and there's no point sort of trying to back out from that at this point, right? We double down on the strategy, or else we may as well just overhaul the whole team at that point. Okay, it's just a chest, but so restoring wand, healing, buffing, and shielding actions additionally remove 1 debuff. Can we get that bad boy to level 5? I'm not gonna race straight there to try and do that. I want to try and get my boy up to level 40. My boy Quillfish, final member of the team, legend among big spiky friends. But considering we just didn't run into any encounters on the way back, I guess we will go see if we can upgrade that wand. I feel like having that is going to help a lot if I can keep my buffs, my debuffs down. Where is it? We've got all these cool weapons that I found as well, and I just haven't been upgrading. I don't know, maybe we can have a look at upgrading some of them to see if they become worth using at any point. Where is this fucking wand? Did I go straight past it? It was a yellow item, right? Was it not? Yeah, it was. It's right there. I'm dumb. I feel like the stats on it aren't going to be great. I've got to chase it through the menus now. I mean, the materials it's costing me to upgrade it aren't like super rare or anything. Oh, that gets it to removing 2 debuffs though. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Where's it gone? Oh, it's there. We can't upgrade it further. We need a fucking verdant gem. Can we buy those anywhere? I mean, we're giving this to Bulbasaur. I don't care if it drops his stats a bit. I mean, to be fair, his defense is still going to be pretty decent, and it's not like he needs attacking stats anyway. Yeah. Yeah. That seems to be the way to go. Even at +3, +3 instead of +5, it's still pretty fucking dope, honestly. Does anyone sell like upgrade materials? No one here seems to, right? I need to buy a verdant gem. Where do you get upgrade materials in this game? Where do they come from? I mean, fights, I guess. I don't know what specifically would give me a verdant gem, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to just use that weapon at +3. Removing debuffs from my party with every healing wave is going to be fucking huge. I'm perfectly happy to go with that. I'm really annoyed by this. I'm super triggered by this. Am I doing this wrong? Yeah, I can't reach that at all. I don't know what the deal with that fucking thing is. Alright, let's just focus on getting Elfish de Quill to level 40. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Theoretically. Theoretically, in an ideal theoretical world, it shouldn't take too long. Not a big fan of having my videos go over an hour, and we're pushing it now, so we might have to actually finish the grind next time. I know, I was saying before that my team don't seem that much powerful, but honestly, I feel like I'm noticing the difference. These things seem to be going down a lot easier. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. And honestly, doing more damage isn't really going to help me much. What I need to do is be more survivable. But with all the new ultimate abilities we've got, maybe we'll have that. Maybe we have become more survivable. Oh, look at that debuff go. Look at it just burn away like nothing. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm not used to worry about doing that to these monsters. The increased stats from the level up are clearly helping to a degree. Oh, we're so close. We're so close, but I think I'm going to have to wrap. We will get Quillfish to 40 next time, and then go immediately to Marduk and stop wasting everyone's time. Hopefully, our newfound abilities will be enough. Hopefully. Pray for me. I'm sure as hell gonna need it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.